Hello everyone, welcome to our Playful Tales of Chinese Mythology series. Today, we will step into the mysterious and fascinating world of gods, immortals, demons, spirits, and humans. So, here's the question. What exactly are gods? You might say, isn't the Queen Mother of the West Fuxi, the Emperor Yan, or Chu, just historical figures? How did they become gods? Don't worry. Our content today isn't bound by the strict definitions found in history books. You can treat it as an entertaining journey, filled with both truth and fiction, with a little bit of fantasy. Ultimately, what's important isn't whether it's true or false, but how we become wiser and live better as we explore these stories, improving ourselves along the way. Section 1. The definition and origins of gods. In the world of mythology, the term god actually originates from the primordial deities. You can think of these gods as descendants or manifestations of the wise beings who emerged from Kunlan, the center of wisdom. These figures are the offspring of the gods and humans, the descendants of a time when gods and humans lived together. Figures like the Queen Mother of the West, Fuxi Emperor Huang, Emperor Yan, and Chu all represent this historical period. But since you've heard these names before, how did they come to be associated with gods? Hold on. The upcoming stories will help you unravel this mystery. Consider it a mythological game that takes you across time and space to experience legends that transcend history. Section 2. The age of coexistence between humans and gods, and the origin of immortal. Speaking of mythology, there's a particularly fascinating period that you may have never heard of. In early human history, gods and humans actually lived together. Yes, you heard that right, gods and humans were companions in the same world, sharing time side by side. However, this period of coexistence didn't last long. Around 4,300 years ago, a cataclysmic event occurred. The Heavenly Passage event. This event dramatically changed the relationship between gods and humans and ended the era of their shared existence. From then on, gods and humans drifted apart and began to develop separately. Immortals versus gods. Now, when you hear the term immortal, you might think of those extraordinary figures in mythology. However, immortals are distinctly different. They are beings appointed by the gods, specifically tasked with managing the spiritual realm. In other words, immortals are not exactly gods, but they act as agents of the gods. Many immortals were once human, and throughout their lives and beyond, they served the gods, carrying out their commands. For example, figures like the Jade Emperor, the Queen Mother of the West. Note: the Queen Mother of the West and the Queen Mother are two different figures. Zhang Ling, Lü Shang, Lü Dongbin, Liu Ji are all Earth immortals. Do you think immortals can meet gods every day? No. The gods in the immortal realm aren't easily accessible. In fact, every 500 years, the immortal realm goes through a minor calamity, and every 2,500 to 3,000 years, a major disaster occurs. During these times, Earth immortals may have the chance to interact with gods. On a regular basis, gods inspect the immortal realm once every 1,000 years. Consider it the annual inspection of the divine realm to ensure everything is functioning properly. The difference between demons and spirits. So, what are demons and spirits? The term demon actually originates from the enlightenment of the gods. The earliest demons were humans or animals that were enlightened by the gods to cultivate and acquire form. However, since they didn't enter the immortal registry, they were called demons. Over time, the concept of demons expanded to include immortals who descended to the mortal world on their own, or were punished by the gods. For these demons, what is their ultimate dream? That's right, finding an immortal as a master, cultivating their true form, and eventually gaining a place in the immortal registry. Once they enter the immortal registry, they can legally walk in the spiritual realm and become true immortals. Otherwise, they remain on the edge of being unrecognized. The definition and cultivation of spirits. Now, let's talk about spirits. This isn't the same as the fairy you're used to hearing. In mythology, spirits refer to beings formed from plants or animals that have been nourished by the energy of heaven and earth. For example, tree spirits or animal spirits are forms of spirits that have cultivated a physical body. What do they fear most? It's finding their home. The home of a tree spirit is the ancient tree, from which all its power and magical abilities stem. If you find that tree, the tree spirit's powers will vanish. The same applies to animal spirits. If their habitat is destroyed, their spiritual energy will dissipate. Therefore, spirits are most afraid of finding their home. Once their roots are broken, everything will collapse. The transformation of demons and spirits, and the formation of monsters. Demons and spirits are especially skilled at transforming into various shapes to deceive humans. They often take on strange forms to hide their true identities. These transformed shapes are referred to as monsters. The earliest demons weren't afraid of much, but what they feared the most was being forced to revert to their original form. Once they reverted, their true identity would be revealed, exposing who their master or superior was. This is no small matter. Once their identity is exposed, they could face severe punishment. The greatest fear for demons is being marked for punishment. Once punished, it's nearly impossible to return to the immortal registry and achieve their original goal. Hundreds of years of cultivation could be ruined. Therefore, demons' greatest dream is to cultivate their true form, become legitimate immortals, and have their name entered into the immortal registry. Conclusion. Through this section, we not only learn the definitions of gods, immortals, demons, and spirits, but also discover the subtle relationships between them. The most important point is that whether they are demons, spirits, or immortals, they all seek one goal: to cultivate their true form, be listed among the immortals, and become part of the spiritual realm. This process is filled with challenges and contains profound wisdom. Alright, that's the end of the first episode of the Playful Tales of Chinese Mythology series. If you subscribe or like, it would greatly help me. Thank you in advance. For those who are interested, see you next time.